All right, guys, so check this out. Have you ever heard of Goldbelly? Okay, so it's this amazing site where you can order the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants all across the country, and they will ship it straight to your door. That's right, these guys will ship you Philly cheesesteaks from Jim's or Pat's in Philly, buffalo wings from the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, and even Kansas City's most legendary barbecue. So, if you're looking to host an epic Super Bowl party, go to goldbelly.com and get free shipping and 20% off your first order with promo code GAMEDAY.
Hey, Trojan family, what is going on? Welcome to the USC LAFB show here on the LAFB network. I'm your host, Ryan Dybert. Thank you for always making this part of your day. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, fantastic Monday, was able to observe and remember Martin Luther King Jr. Day, celebrate with friends and family, and hopefully now maybe enjoying a little national championship game. Hopefully here in the near future, USC is in this game and everyone will have a lot more to celebrate, but stress-free national championship, unless you've got, a lot of money riding on one side. So far, it's early. Indiana looking pretty good, though. First half is just about to wrap up. Indiana with the lead. Could this be the Big Ten now? 3 straight years winning the national championship. We shall see. But quick update here, and, we're waiting still for the defensive coordinator announcement. This video is not about that. As of now, 6 p.m. Pacific time, the DC has not been announced. All indications are that it was going to be announced today. All indications were that it was likely going to be, or is still likely going to be, Gary Patterson or an internal hire of Coach Eric Henderson. But until that's announced, it is not official. We will see. Who knows? USC could be playing a lot of smokescreen. There's going to be some wild card announced tomorrow morning that we have no idea. But based on everything I've heard, it is still looking like Gary Patterson is likely to be the DC, and Eric Henderson would be that if it was not Gary Patterson. But we'll be back on here. Knowing USC, how they like to destroy my work-life balance, they'll announce at like 9 p.m. tonight. I'll be back on here with all of you. But a sneaky hire that has not been officially announced, but based on who I've talked to, and shout out Fight on Rusty, our good friend, who was the initial, I think he announced this actually yesterday, and then has since I have confirmed today that this is an official hire, is USC adding to their strength and conditioning staff and adding Ray Thomas. Now, those that do not know who Ray Thomas is, he is essentially Coach True's protege. When Coach Truman Carroll was hired last year by USC from Kansas State promoted Ray Thomas from assistant to director. So he took Coach True's position last year once Coach True came over here to USC. He's been with Coach True virtually his entire career. He was at South Florida, at Arkansas, began his kind of strength program conditioning at Colorado State. So not super old, definitely younger in the grand scheme of things, but certainly has been at some stops and helped build some programs. And last year, like I said, promoted. This year, with all the coaching turnover at Kansas State, as we talked about in a video a while back, they tried to get Coach True to come back. We know how important he was for that program and what he was able to do in leading them to a Big 12 title not too long ago. So they ultimately, though, obviously Coach True did not go and ended up staying here at USC. They ultimately decided to go in a different direction, not necessarily firing Ray Thomas or like that, but with a new staff, maybe going in a different direction, maybe felt that, the leadership above the new staff felt maybe he was not quite ready to be the director. I don't know. That's just my assumption. And so USC able to bring him in and really add a really strong personnel person to this strength department that continues to be continues to build to be one of the top units in the program. And as I've said before, and I got some heat from this in the comments, that's fine. But I truly believe, like, the strength coach, when you look at importance in a program, it's like the head coach and strength coach. You could argue, not saying without a doubt, but you could argue is like the second most important coach in the program. That's not taking anything away from the coordinators who call the game. That's obviously important. That's not taking anything away from the position coaches who are developing, recruiting, building relationships, all that. But the strength coach is like the bedrock it's the foundation of the program. If the head coach wants to say, hey, here's the culture I want, The strength coach is who activates it, is who actually carries it out and makes sure that the vision of the head coach is created for the culture of the team. They're the ones that see the players a lot more, are with them in the offseason, specifically in the summer when the rest of the coaching staff is not. They're with them every single week. If you only have a certain number of practices, a certain number of hours, you're still in the weight room with the strength coaches virtually every single day. You're with the nutritionist, getting your body right. So the strength staff is so important and underrated and not talked about enough. And so I think Truman Carroll now having a full offseason, we are going to see dividends for this team, him being there, and now getting his virtual protege, Ray Thomas, who has followed him around, was now 1 year removed from being the director of Kansas State, now comes in back to be more the protege, kind of right-hand man. I think we're only going to see more growth within the program, within these players in terms of physicality, in terms of size and speed, and all the superlatives you want to use when really getting your program right in terms of how they need to perform, especially within the Big Ten. So I think this is a home run addition. It's going to be under the radar. Obviously, he's an assistant. He's not like the head guy. But again, you get the protege, a guy that took over for the guy you took, and you now get him back in your program to be kind of another assistant to continue in aiding the growth of this team. So great news seeing Ray Thomas here at USC. It's funny that, again, this was not like USC went and stole him away, technically, like Kansas State ended up hiring a different strength coach. But it is kind of ironic that, hey, USC started it off last year. They were able to go and convince Coach True to come to USC. And then this offseason, Kansas State not only tried to get Truman Carroll to come back, he said no. They also went pretty hard after alumni Coach Hansen, offensive line coach, to come back to Kansas State to, we would assume, be the offensive coordinator / offensive line coach. Based on what we know, he obviously said no. Also, there was talk of them going after Coach Savage to be there, whether it was inside receivers or tight end or both, like he's at USC. All decided to stay at USC, and USC now goes and takes their director of strength 2 years in a row, you could say, and they're both here at USC. So underrated hire, great addition for this team. Let me know in the comments if you have any thought on this. I do think it's really underrated and a really solid addition to just keep stacking that, especially when you have some familiarity, some continuity, and a guy that's, been around the league and can just help add to what Truman Carroll's vision is with the strength coach, which only adds to what Lincoln Riley's vision is for the program as a whole. I'll be back as soon as the DC is announced. If it's tonight, I'll be back. If it's tomorrow morning, I'll be on bright and early. So keep it right here on the USC LAFB show. Hit that like and subscribe button, and let's keep this thing rolling. Appreciate you as always. And as always, family, fight on. Hey, Trojan family, thank you so much for hanging out and watching the USC LAFB show. Before you go, let me tell you quickly about our friends over at Sleeper. Go right now, download the Sleeper app. It's the #1 sports app, not just for season-long fantasy, but they've got live pickers, they've got live stat updates, they've got a chat you can chat with other users, plus the daily pick'em, which is a blast, or daily fantasy, whatever you want to call it. You go and pick 2 to 8 players across any sports. If you're talking USC, go choose J.D. Maiava in his next matchup. Pick more or less passing yards, more or less touchdowns. You stack those, and you can win real money. When you go to make your first deposit, make sure you use our promo code USCLAFB. You're going to get a match deposit up to $100. Put in $100, you get $100 free to play with from Sleeper. Put in $10, they'll match you that $10, so now you're sitting at $20 to play with. But also, right now, for any new users, no deposit required. You get $20 free entry. You can stack both. You can get the $20 for free. Go make a deposit. Use USC LAFB, and now you've got a bunch of free money to play with right there on the Sleeper app. Check it out, Trojan family, and when you do, tell them the guys at the USC LAFB sent you.
All right, guys, so check this out. Have you ever heard of Goldbelly? Okay, so it's this amazing site where you can order the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants all across the country, and they will ship it straight to your door. That's right, these guys will ship you Philly cheesesteaks from Jim's or Pat's in Philly, buffalo wings from the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, and even Kansas City's most legendary barbecue. So, if you're looking to host an epic Super Bowl party, go to GoBelly.com and get free shipping and 20% off your first order with promo code GAMEDAY.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.